That's right, people. How do you start a business when you're working a 9 to 5? When you're working full time, even part time? How do you do it? How do you skip? Because you're not busy enough already, right? If you're working full time, you have a family, you've got responsibilities. It seems pretty daunting, doesn't it? So a couple things I want to share with you today. I'm going to tell you, number one, the first thing that you need to start a business while you're working full time. Second thing I'm going to talk to you about is how not to get fired from your 9 to 5 while you're building your business. And the third thing I'm going to cover with you and share with you is what I'm doing now to help me replace my full-time income. So just want to share with you a little bit about my story, how I got to this point. Probably back in 2010 was the first time that I was exposed to network marketing, affiliate marketing, actually hearing that word entrepreneurship, what that meant. Man, that was it. That was everything for me. Once I saw people making money from home, making money online. This was shortly after the crash of 2008. So a lot of folks were out of a job, real estate took a dump. That affected the mortgage industry. At that time, I was in the title industry, selling title to mortgage companies and real estate agents to be their preferred vendor for title insurance. And so that affected me too. So I was very interested in, how are these folks doing it? It just seemed like it would just be the optimal thing to be in control. That's one thing that I really, got scared about, is not being in control of my income and my opportunities for growth. If things like this happen, I should really start thinking about a plan B. So man, I just kind of dove right in, to it. I got started in my first affiliate marketing. And at that time, we didn't have as many social platforms like we do now. So, and all of that was pretty new to me. I wasn't really, an online kind of, social media person. So basically I just signed up, bought my first, kit. I was given a link for a website, and how do you promote it? And at that time, I was just told, hey, just make a list of 100 people friends, families, people on Facebook, start texting people your link, start spamming people your link. But a couple of things shortly thereafter, quickly, I noticed that I wasn't getting any traction. I might have had an initial response, but there were people that were visiting my website. I didn't know who. I didn't know how to capture their information. Certainly didn't know how to follow up with them. So I got that shiny object syndrome and started going from, company to company, different product, different service. Must be that. It can't be me. It's got to be the product or service, right? I didn't understand the power of automation. So that was something that I had to learn. I didn't have 3 things that I learned later. I had no vision. So then I didn't have clarity. Wasn't defined, hey, Toni, this is where you're at. This is where you're going. This is what you're going to use to get there. There wasn't anything like that laid out for me. I didn't really have any action steps, what I should do every day. And I didn't have any really good habits or routine set up in place. Because at that time, it was just, share your link with anybody. So that's what caused me to kind of just move around and just bounce around to different industries. Got really discouraged. So around 2017 through 2018, man, I just gave up the whole thing. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I mean, I see these quote unquote gurus online. They're living their best life. They got all these fancy cars, fancy homes. And I just figured, maybe I wasn't cut out to be an entrepreneur, and have that entrepreneurial spirit and to be in control of my time, my income, and my growth opportunities, my professional opportunities. I tried a lot of different things. I even tried getting back into the mortgage industry, tried life insurance. And again, that all required a level of marketing. You had to buy leads or generate leads. I absolutely had no way. I didn't know. I wasn't aware of how to do it. So I really struggled a lot. That made me become a victim of my own, what we call or is referred to, right, as stinking thinking. These are some of the things that I put in my way that I had to learn, that I needed to overcome to get beyond these barriers that I had. So one of the first things that, you know, I had, my famous excuse a lot of people have, is I don't have enough time. I just, working full time, man, I just don't have enough time. I don't see how I'm going to squeeze it in. The other one was, maybe I'm just not productive enough. You know, I just wasn't born productive. Maybe I can just only focus on one or two things. I don't have enough motivation, just not motivated enough. And, you know, I really tried this before and it didn't work. So that's what I would tell people when I was presented with opportunities later on. I passed over a lot of opportunities. And somebody, you know, I heard somebody use the term poor. You know, we have that poor mentality, poor man's mentality. But poor can just mean more than just a monetary lack, right, of income. It can also mean passing over opportunities repeatedly. And that a lot comes from fear. I allowed my past experience to determine and pre-frame other opportunities that came my way. What I didn't realize, what I needed till later, was I really needed to define again my vision. I really need to figure out, you know, where am I at with things? Where am I going, and how am I going to get there? I didn't have any action steps. I didn't really have like a roadmap to help me, to guide me. Hey, Toni, this is what you start with. This is next. And just keep doing these things. I didn't have a habit and routine set in place. It wasn't stressed to me how doing those daily things in my business, because it was presented to me in such an easy way. You know, just you have your link, just send it out to everybody. So I was confused. I didn't know where to start. And of course, a confused mind never makes great decisions. So if you're confused about something, you usually take no action at all. And that's very debilitating. And just sometimes, you know, what we need is clarity. And that's really what I found myself. You know, there was something inside of me still nudging me on not to give up, just to keep looking. And as time went on, I really identified those things that I really needed. What could I do while I worked full time, not reinventing the wheel, not creating my own products, but something that was a step-by-step, because I'm pretty good at following directions. I mean, step-by-step things that I could do. If I implement them every day, then I could see myself, you know, reaching a goal. So I really had to start changing my thinking and looking at things different ways. And that's kind of hard to do when you feel like you've kind of jaded from the whole industry, and the last thing you want to do is find yourself in that same situation again. You know, before I invested in this online course, this educational platform, I became a student of it. But before I did, I knew that there was things that I didn't know. So I was like, I think the term is unconsciously incompetent. When you don't know what you don't know. I kind of was thinking, well, there's got to be something more to this, but I just don't know what it is. So through this course, I was able to determine those things that I was missing. I was able to see how all those things fit together. I was able to recognize the importance of having automations. That's what you need if you're going to be building a business and working full time. You need to have automation. You need something working for you in the background while you're 9 to 5 jobbing it at the office, in the call center, getting headset hair, playing the game of phones. You've got to. There's no way you're going to be able to do all that in a short amount of time. Now you can, but it's just going to take you maybe a little bit longer. So I feel that this course is basically a hack. I mean, it's really not going to get any easier than what this course provides. I learned how to set up my website. I learned how to create a funnel. In fact, there's opportunity within the course to learn to set it up yourself, or there's a done for you funnel. You just insert a link, brings up your whole back end. It's all set up and done for you. The email marketing, the same exact way. These are all things that I have working for me in the background while I'm working 9 to 5. And also too, what I needed that I didn't find previously in any of the other opportunities that I was involved in was a community of like-minded people, a place where I could go once a week, and then, or once a month, whenever, I was able to have that time within my schedule, and I knew the opportunity was there. All I had to do was to plug in. But a community where I can get the mentorship, I can get my questions answered, where I could feel, there's a like-minded group of people that are doing the same thing I'm doing. These folks are working full time too, or if they're retired and they're still looking for some passive income. These are things that are so important in this industry that I don't really think there's enough of. People are getting sold on a lot of things, or they're, buying things, but not understanding the reasons why they're buying, and understanding that there is things that you need to do to build your business, and not only to create a business, but a sustainable business that you can rely on, that will eventually replace, your income and then some. So in that community, that's what I found. And part of being part of this course and investing in this course provided me the opportunity to be part of this community. This course it was a $500 course, which I invested in. It's a complete steal, in my opinion. This is a solution that I feel that worked the best for me. And I know that there's other people out there in my shoes that are looking for another opportunity, working hard. They want to pay things off. They want a plan B. They want to build, or have more retirement income. And really in this uncertainty of the world today, as we're learning, if you believe that you're going to retire and just live on Social Security, I wouldn't do it if I were you, most definitely. And, I found that after you turn 40 or 50 years old, 60 years old, you run into a whole bunch of other problems now. If you're trying to find another job or get hired somewhere else or look for another opportunity, you run into I heard I was overexperienced, or just, you have all the qualifications, you're not getting hired. A lot of times there's ageism involved that people don't want to talk about and discuss, but it is a real thing. It is definitely a real thing. So this course that I'm speaking of, it's a true business development and marketing automation course that has provided me the foundational layers for building one really strong business that I love and that I'm passionate about. It's trained my mind to see solutions instead of just all the obstacles. I don't have this. I don't have that. I can't do that. I'm limited in this. So and also gave me access to those like-minded individuals. You gotta pump your tires. You gotta be around people that are speaking your language and are in the trenches with you. A couple of those things that I want to go back to, the false beliefs that I have of not having enough time. We always find time for the things that we want to do. So sometimes you just, I had to get really honest with myself about that. But you got time to sit and watch Netflix, or you got time to sit and do this and that. You certainly can take out 20 minutes, half an hour a day, or on the weekends and work on your business. And about being productive, no one is born exceptionally productive. You're not born that way. That's a skill set that you develop, that you can learn. About not being motivated, you guys, motivation is overrated. Motivation is overrated. What we need is discipline. And that, when you say that word discipline, a lot of people go, ugh. But discipline is found in a routine that becomes a habit. So discipline is what pushes you past the days when you say, I'm not just that motivated, not feeling it today. I don't really want to do it, or allowing distractions to get in your way. Or my excuse of, I've tried that before and it didn't work. That's called a so what story. Everybody's got that story. You just cannot allow those things to impede you or stop you from really reaching your goals. So I would say get clear on your vision. What are you really looking for? What do you really want? And then make that connection between where you're at, where you want to be, and how you're going to get there. And this course is going to help me get there. what I did is I broke down my days, and I spent some time every single day. I committed on my lunch hour, half an hour, 40 minutes, studying, getting into the course, learning and implementing, getting my website set up, getting my funnel set up, learning about, the power of email marketing and why that's so important, and learning the business of an online business itself, the power of digital marketing, why it's important to have a social media account, to choose a platform that you're going to use to promote and to provide solutions for people that are in your same situation. So for me, I know that there's people out there that are working a 9-to-5, giving their all, and we want to keep that job. We don't want to get fired from that job. So that's when I said earlier that I was going to talk to you about how not to get fired. You can do this. You can break these down into chunks every day, spending a little bit of time on the learning platform. You can work it in your schedule at any time. You can even look at it while you're on your phone as well, on your off time, on a break time, on the weekends. So one of the benefits, though, big benefits, is being part of this community. And to me, having that community really reinforces my vision. It gets me really clear every day on what I need to do so that I can keep moving forward and continue building my business. So it's not like, you're not just sitting around thinking about it, but it shows you how to, and teaches you how to implement it, how to stop it just thinking about it, but actually the doing of it. You don't have to plan. You don't have to worry about waiting. This is the solution for you if you're looking for these things, so that you can finally get out of that 9-to-5 job and have that time freedom and that income freedom and the ability to control, your time and your income and your freedom. So, don't worry about everything being perfect. That's the other excuse. Sometimes we want things, well, I don't have this, well, I don't have that. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. The key is you need to take action. You need to do something now, so that over the next few months, once you get through the course, it may not take you that long. It took me several weeks working full time, but it happened, and I'm here, and I've got through it, and I'm continuing to learn and grow and improve. So the next step is just mastery. That's all you really got to worry about. Once you get everything set up, all you got to do is focusing on your posting or your content or whatever you need to do. And then that's what the community helps you like drill down, really tweak what you're messaging in, what your voice is, who your audience is, and what you want to share with people. So guys, I'm telling you, if you want to learn more about the course, go ahead and click on my link below. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Feel free to reach out to me if you've got any questions. See you later.